The week is starting off right. Monday night, and 2K Sports presents the NBA. With Doris Berg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, Kevin Harlan. And we welcome in someone who has been writing and communicating NBA basketball thoughts in book, over the air, in podcasts, and on TV, the terrific Bill Still. Bill, great to have you.
And now for somebody who's playing a video game at 3 in the morning. That's my next. That's the next phase for me.
But isn't this a great venue for
This is great.
I know.
This is great. They're half asleep. My voice is waking them up.
And a look at the status here of both teams, injured players, and who will not be in the lineup.
And midway.
And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
Well, guys, Kemba Walker is a multiple-time All-Star. But from his first seasons in the league, stardom was not assured. Even he said, I never saw myself playing at this level.
David, he's come a long way. Thank you. And here in Boston, Bill, the place where you received your master's degree in journalism. Talk about the Celtics at that time in the early to mid-90s.
Well, Larry Bird retired, Kevin McHale retired. They knocked the Boston Garden down.
Ouch.
We were in the lottery for a bunch of years. It was a terrible decade, Kevin. Thanks for asking.
But still a Boston fan, true and true, right? Huh?
Yeah. Well, I grew up, we were doing well, then we weren't doing well. Now we're doing great again. That's the team of the future.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. Levine at the 2 with Porter at the 3. Markkanen and Carter are up front, and it's B in a point. And for Boston, Walker and Smart, the guards. Tatum and Hayward make up the 2 forward spots. And it's Kanter in at the center position.
And it's always nice to get the easy look inside for your first points of the game.
Now here's Walker. Pulls up. Rebound collected by Levine. And so Levine will bring it up now for the Chicago Bulls. B, that one falls. B's got his second bucket tonight.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, Greg, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
And here's Kanter. 14 points from him the last game against New Orleans.
Boy, the defense had tons of difficulty covering him. They kept putting him at the line, and he burned them.
And he gets it again. Shot good from B. B's got 6.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
And, Bill, we've seen more and more teams base their offenses around three-point shooters. Threes are at an all-time high. We know that. Should the NBA, that in mind, do anything to address this via any rule change? Which I don't know what that would mean, but it has been talked about.
I don't like changing. I think it's going to manifest itself with it doesn't work in the playoffs as well. And teams are going to slowly realize like that you need to blend an inside-outside game at least a little bit.
Well, you can't lose what the game is.
No,
it's bigs and smalls, it's inside, it's outside.
And it's still passing and unselfishness. The Warriors take a lot of threes, but they're the most unselfish team we have, and they create a lot of layups, and they play, you know, they're really creative. And you just can't, that just can't be your thing is we shoot 53s, here's our offense. The problem is you're still going to get in these games where 2 points really matters, you know, and that's what you saw with Kawhi in the playoffs last year. These games slow down, it's going to be a 92-89 ending, and your team needs to get 10 baskets in the fourth quarter, no matter how you're going to get them. You still need somebody who can do that, too.
Kanter kicks to Walker. Off target from outside. Here's Chicago. They're on a 10-2 run here. B, guarded by Walker. Markkanen passes to B. Hits the front of the rim and out. Celtics trail by 6. Here's Hayward. And that's collected by B.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
Bill, you're a basketball historian. We know that. Do fans romanticize too much about the past?
I would say the other way. I think they don't appreciate it enough, especially like the millennials and Gen Z. You know you're out there. You're playing this game right now. They tend to think the league started when Kobe showed up and that the 90s and the 80s didn't happen. I sense a real resentment from the younger fans with the LeBron versus MJ thing because LeBron's their guy. They get to watch LeBron. They don't want to hear that MJ was better than him, so they make the case for LeBron and the way things are now.
But what about like the Oscar Robertsons, the Elgin Baylors, and we talked about, my goodness, you talk about some of these players. Unbelievable.
Yeah, the
fantastic
60s,
numbers.
70s, 80s.
Oh.
I think part of what hurts is people can go on YouTube, and when you watch some of the older stuff, nobody's playing.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And what you love about his work defensively, the ability to challenge and change shots without fouling.
And the foul on Marcus Smart. That's his first foul. Some changes for Boston. Daniel Tice is checked in for Hayward. And it's Brown in for Marcus Smart. And a change for the Bulls. Fatty.
Well, you can tell there's a team-first mentality with the young gun Jason Tatum working to find the open teammate. Nice.
Bill, you look at the awards given out by the league. Most have been around for a while. But is there any award that you'd like to add? Something that's not being touched on in terms of high performance and success?
I think that there should be a playoff MVP. I made this case in my book.
That's a great idea.
There's always like a best guy in every postseason, and I would like to see who that would be. And it's pretty easy to go backwards and figure out who it was. I did that. Just go backwards and have all the backstory of who it should have been, but then going forward, now here are the ones we're adding. I would like to see that. I would also like to see a best bench celebration award, because certain teams just have.
Cantor finds Tatum. Nice ball movement by Boston. Back to Smart. And a wide open look for Walker. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Tatum and Hayward make up the two forward spots. Walker and Smart, the guards. And it's Cantor in at the center, locking down the middle. That's the Boston 5. No good from B.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. Boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
And Gordon Hayward, obviously a tremendous performer. Bill, where do you rank him against other wings in the NBA now?
Probably one of the best all-around wings, I would say. And I think it's pretty easy to forget that there's a reason the Celtics are paying this guy almost $30 million a year. He was one of the top 15 players in the league. He was a borderline franchise player on a top 8 playoff team, and he's just really good, and he's efficient. So when you talk about a team like the Celtics, where you got to share the ball, Tatum needs more shots, everybody's got to have a little. He's the perfect guy to have because he's happy going 8 for 15.
Boy, I love seeing Cantor distribute the basketball. If you're open, this guy will find you.
B, guarded by Walker. Here's B, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That's on Enes Kanter. For Chicago, they have been good at the line so far, 5 of 5. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
You can tell when he steps to the line the kind of confidence he has in himself. It's written all over his body language.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, there's not a lot of NBA players who come from Finland. Now there's Lauri Markkanen. Before him, there was Hanno Matala, who was actually Lauri's high school coach. Markkanen is soft-spoken and family-focused, but he says everything starts from basketball. All the decisions I make are based on if it helps me on the basketball court. Kevin?
Terrific attitude. David, thanks. The Celtics have gone 7 of 9 in their field goal attempts here in the second quarter. Pretty good offense. You know, Bill, you've seen Gordon Hayward work his way back from injury. How much longer do you think until he's 100% both physically and mentally?
Well, he's basically lost 2 years. He lost the first year, obviously, because of the injury, and then the second year was really up and down, and he would have these waves where he was confident for a week or two, and then it would just go away again. Heading toward the playoffs, he looked great, and then it went away again. And I always felt like he had a little bit of PTSD from the injury, where there would be times where he just didn't want to drive in traffic and bounce off people and play in the air. And if you watched him in Utah, that was all the stuff that made him special. And he was a really athletic player. And when you lose that, it's hard to get back. It's hard to trust, like, when you land, somebody's foot's not going to be there.
It's like if you blew a knee, you're always worried about people down around you, right?
So the role model would be Paul George, because Paul George, you could see the first year he came back, was a lot of the same. You know, he was a little nervous in the air. He wasn't as physical as he used to be, and then it came back and then some. So the hope with Hayward is that happens.
Absolutely. Smart kicks to Cantor. Smart against Levine. Just 5 on the clock. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Here's B. No good that time. Now Boston takes it the other way. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
Yeah, in that game, I thought they took advantage of some sloppy play, but give them credit. They turned mistakes into points.
Well, you have to capitalize when your opponent has miscues, Greg, and give this team some credit. Every time that opponent turned it over, they capitalized. Not a lot falling for him in this quarter. He's got to stay aggressive, try to break through, see if you can get an easy opportunity.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. Ojale is checked in for Boston. Brown comes in for Smart. Chicago also making some changes. And always as enlightening as you're going to find. Bill, thank you so much for your insights. Always appreciate it. Oh, he nailed it.
And give him credit. Good awareness of the time remaining.
And to me, the way you end quarters impacts how you end the game.
The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You know, B has been exceptional here, guys.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
Taking a look at the Bulls. Markkanen and Carter are up front. Levine at the 2 with Porter at the 3. And it's B in at the point guard. If you were coaching, Doris, and you could run your offense through any center in the game, and let's take guys that are playing right now because we can go back in history and the names are endless. But who would you run your offense through at that position?
Probably a guy that the casual NBA fan is not as knowledgeable about as they should be, Kevin, and that's Nikola Jokic. And this is a young, early 20-year-old who may be the best passer out of the post position that we've seen in a generation. Jokic is a guy who can handle the ball from three-point territory. He can take it off the window and initiate your offense. They run him like a point center, and it's appropriate because he's unselfish and gifted as a passer.
Gifted, great word to use, you're right. Tatum with it. Now defended by Markkanen. Second shot opportunity. And Hayward with the lay-in. Hayward's got the lead up to 9 now for the Celtics.
Well, there's length and athleticism when you're talking about Gordon Hayward, and that lets him get to the offensive window.
And here comes Walker, leading the fast break. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for the Bulls. The Wizards on the road to face them after this game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Markkanen kicks to Porter, trying to get open as Carter. And again, Chicago, no good. Boston leading by 9. Over to the wing. Walker's got space. Good, and Smart gets the assist. 12 points for Walker.
Well, the advantage they have right now is largely based on his play. What an outstanding night.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, B in that last game against the Pistons was outstanding. He had 35 points, and he continued to connect from the foul line and the three-point line throughout the game. That was just the latest chapter in what has been a very good stretch of outings for him. He can't afford to take anything for granted going into tonight.
Thanks for the report, D.A. Greg, phenomenal effort by him in that last game.
He willed the team to victory through his talent and through that competitiveness.
And, Greg, let's give credit to his teammates for continuing to find this guy. They knew he had the hot hand, and they were willing to ride it all night long.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Both free throws good from B.
In the city of Boston, 12 championships since 2000, 6 in football, 4 in baseball, and 1 apiece in hockey and basketball.
Greg, you'd have to say Boston has become the sports capital of the country. The fans are knowledgeable, they're passionate, and they are justifiably proud.
Trying to get open is Carter. That's in, and the Celtic lead is cut down to 10 on the bucket from B.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
No, I think that's the one thing every player is searching for, consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
Here's Walker. It's hauled in by the Bulls. B guarded by Walker. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Looking now at the numbers for Carter. Over the last 10 games or so, he's really shown up. He's averaging 6 points a game, 11 rebounds, and just over 2 blocks. And he does the heavy lifting on the glass, throwing himself into the rebounding battle with just complete effort.
Well, you get the feeling he believes every rebound should be his, and most of them are. This guy is putting up tremendous numbers.
That is how he rolls. A prolific scorer. Walker's been calling his own number tonight.
B the pass to Porter. There's the double team with Walker. Stolen by Smart. And slam dunk by Smart.
You know, this is in part what makes Marcus Smart very dangerous, right? He can slice into the defense. He's got that remarkable speed to get where he wants.
And Hayward with the block. Cut it, and the Celtic lead has been cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Markkanen. For Boston, they've gone 7 of 12 from the floor since coming out of the break. Here's Walker. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Carter's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. To the left side wing. Here's Blakeney. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Celtics leading by 9. So the Celtics called timeout. They're first.
And the Celtics, Brad Stevens, one of the youngest head coaches in the league and also one of the more respected.
And, Greg, I was surprised that he didn't get any Coach of the Year votes 2 seasons ago. Think about it. The Celtics overcame injury to make the Eastern.
Down is the 2 with Tatum at the 3. Hayward out there with Enes Kanter. And it's Smart in at the 1 spot. That's who's in the game for the Celtics.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Bulls trail by 9. And Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Kicks to Porter. B guarded by Smart. B.
Well, that's outstanding footwork from Smart on the defensive end. A superb job staying with his man.
Clock at 6. Here's B. Bank shot. No good.
A contested mid-range shot can't be what they were looking for there.
Well, especially with that defensive player in the area. You know he's going to find a way to get into the shooter and make him uncomfortable.
Pass to Porter. B guarded by Smart. Here's B. Drops it in from 14 feet away. B's got 27 points.
Well, the versatility he possesses makes him a very tough cover, guys.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on B. That'll be his second foul of the game. Smart passes to Tatum. Over Porter. Again, the miss by the Celtics. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for the Chicago Bulls. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. B, he's covered by Brown. Porter passes to B. A rebound by the Celtics. Hayward's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Well, this is why it's important that Gordon Hayward continue to space the floor. When he's hitting from distance, boy, it unlocks every aspect of his game.
No good from B.
I'll tell you, it's been a struggle for him in this period, and they're struggling as a result.
Hayward dishes to Tatum. The rebound by Young. Young's got rebound number 5 here tonight. For 3, Levine knocks down the 3 ball. Levine's got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for Chicago.
Boy, Zach LaVine, such tremendous lift on his jumper. How about that from range?
Smart passes to Cannon. Carter pulls it in. Carter's got 7 rebounds in the game. Porter, no luck. Celtics leading by 7. Brown kicks to Smart. Back to Brown. The 3. Carter pulls it in. Chicago has gotten 3 of their 6 3-pointers to fall here in the fourth. Levine can't hit. Boston's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Pass to Smart. Good on the 3-point shot.
Growing confidence in his jumper. Smart is rising and firing after the catch of the pass. Nice.
B, guarded by Smart. Lets the 3 fly. It'll go. The Boston lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from B.
He's shooting the lights out down the stretch, trying to keep them competitive.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on B. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Kemba Walker's checked in for Brown. And the Bulls making a change also. Markkanen's checked in. Now a timeout called by Boston. And during this timeout, I'm sure they'll be hydrating themselves with Gatorade. All the effort out there on the floor, and these timeouts can be such a huge factor in getting a short rest and recharging the battery. And now we present our Jordan Player of the Game.
And his focus, guys, has been laser sharp, and his touch from the field, flawless. The teammates have worked hard to get him the ball in some good positions, and boy, has he rewarded them with a spectacular shooting performance. Great call to keep running all those sets for him.
He doesn't always get the minutes he's gotten tonight, but there's no way they were going to sit him down once he got going. And the crowd has been loving it. A memorable night for him coming off the bench. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, look, here's what Brad Stevens went over with his guys during the break. His point to them was that they put themselves in a position to succeed and that this is their game to lose. So he needs to see full concentration out of every guy on the court to finish this one off. Kevin?
All right, thank you, David. Knocked away to the inside. Here's Hayward, and Hayward at the stop.
I don't think you can let Gordon Hayward get free around the rim. This guy will throw it down and leave no doubt.
Here's Walker. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And now an 11-point Celtic lead.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Greg, to me, this is simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
No good from B.
After the strong first half, this guy has not been the same, and largely a no-show right here.
Walker the pass to Hayward. That one's not going to go. And the Bulls going the other way now. The pass to Carter. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. And the foul on Wendell Carter. That's foul number 2 for him. And 1:01 left in the fourth quarter.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Celtics.
Starting 5 must have been happy to get so much help from the reserves in this game.
And they not only lightened the load, the subs did nothing less than guarantee a win.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25.
And they're able to even the score of this series at a game apiece. Still 2 more to go in the season series.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Walker.
I think it would be impossible to overstate the influence he had on this basketball game. He was the centerpiece of what they did on the offensive end and the anchor of their defense. That's as complete a performance as we've seen. 2
free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And you always know what you're going to get from Walker from the line. He's been a solid, consistent free throw shooter his entire.
Here's Arcidiacono. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to really play